Nagaraj Annaiah. Right. Nagaraj Annaiah, the one-stop shop for all real estate needs. Call 408-805-4653 or log on to nagarajhomes.com.
Happy Halloween, Bay Area. This is Nagaraj Annaiah, your Bay Area Realtor. As ghosts roam the neighborhood tonight, there's another kind of a chill haunting the housing market. Rising mortgage rates, shrinking inventory, and an economy full of mysterious twists. Some markets are feeling the fright of slowing sales, while others are showing a signs of resurrection. Like zombies coming back to life, fueled by tech jobs and fresh AI money. In today's episode, we will peek behind the curtain of what's really driving the market, the Fed's latest moves, investor fears, and why some buyers are still brave enough to step into a dark. So grab your pumpkin spice latte, keep the lights on, and let's uncover what's tricking the economy and where the treats might still be hiding in a real estate. Welcome to the Real Estate Show, listeners. Myself, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah. If you have any questions, do give us a call. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bali 92, 877 Bali 92. We are going to talk anything about the Bay Area real estate today. As expected, the Fed cut rates by 25 basis points, bringing the federal funds rate down to a range of 3.75 to 4%. That sounds like a good news, right? Lower rates should mean a lowered mortgage rates, but not so fast. During the press conference, Fed Chair Jeremy Powell threw a curveball. He said another rate cut in December is far from sure thing, and that there are strongly differing views among Fed officials about what to do next. So if you're waiting for a refinance, I would suggest instead of waiting for too long, go for a refinance right now. Maybe later you can refinance it again if there's and when is a rate cut. So just watch out for that. That there's an uncertainty in the mortgage market hard. Instead of dropping, mortgage reached rates actually inched higher because its markets are fluctuating, right? Like pulling back from the lowest levels of the year. A lot of people call me saying that the rates actually dropped, not much actually. Like it's because it's still not didn't much change. It actually went a little bit higher on that. Another key takeaway is like the Fed's massive bond portfolio, right? Like remember during the pandemic, the Fed bought a trillions in treasuries and mortgage-backed securities to keep money flowing around. Now Powell says that current 6.6 trillion portfolio is about right for today's economy. So the Fed will start buying bonds again, but only to replace the ones that mature, essentially maintaining the balance rather than shrinking or growing their holdings. So like that decision like could actually stabilize the long-term market mortgage markets a bit, but don't expect any dramatic drops in the rates immediately. Instead of you keep on waiting it, if you have bought for like 6%, 6.5%, do reach out to the lenders. Have a lot of connections. If you want to reach out, do give me a call. It's easy to reach out. We are live on a Bali 92.3. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bali 92 or 877-265-5992. If you like to know more about the our interest rates are doing in. Right. So one more important thing in this market, right? Actually, what happened is like recently, there was like big tech firms announcing a large cuts. Like Amazon, like almost announced about 14,000 corporate job cuts worldwide, including more than in 1,400 in California, which almost include hundreds in a Bay Area. Meta disclosed layoffs around 318 workers in the Bay Area, like in Menlo Park, yeah, like as part of the AI team's restructuring. And broader report shows the US corporate white collars layoffs rising with one article noting especially 31,000 announced recently across major companies due to automation, AI, and slower demand. A survey from Goldman Sachs suggests many companies expect headcount reductions over the 1 to 3 years as AI adoption rises. Why I'm talking about this stuff is like, is it like affecting the Bay Area, right? Layoffs among major companies can reduce the incomes, weaken a job security. If workers face layoffs or slower hiring, then can like basically reduce their ability or willingness to buy homes or upgrade, right? But what I'm noticing is completely a different, right? In the Bay Area, much of housing demand is tied to a tech employment and income growth. A slowdown means a less upward pressure on the prices and perhaps more seller than the buyers. But that uncertainty is only for some people, right? But still there are a lot of people who still wants willingness to buy, especially in around the Bay Area. But what we have noticed is still in the South Bay, right? We are seeing a lot of interest in the South Bay right now, especially especially in South Bay, like San Francisco, Santa Clara, Sunnyvale areas. We can't get any home prices like less than a 2 million. Like anything is more than a 2 million. If it is there under less than a 2 million, also home prices are like the homes are not good. It's a smaller square footage or some there is some issues on that. Listeners, myself, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah. We are live on Bali 92.3. Let's take a quick break and we'll join back and discuss more on the real estate stuffs.
If you are selling your Bay Area home, maximize your profit and minimize your stress with Nagaraj Annaiah, a mortgage and real estate expert. Nagaraj Annaiah understands the unique challenges Bay Area sellers face. He'll expertly price your home, market it to the right buyers, and negotiate the best possible deal. For a free consultation, call Nagaraj Annaiah today at 858-880-4577 or visit nagarajhomes.com.
As I was welcome back to the show, listeners. Myself, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah, live on the Bali 92.3. As I was telling you before the break, home prices in the Tri Valley, right, like Dublin, Pleasanton, Livermore, San Ramon, Danville, fell about like 6% from September 2024 to September 2025, right? And the time on the market has increased. What was used to sell once in a week, sold in a week, is now taking more than 3 weeks or more prices, more in many places. Sellers are seeing a offers fall below asking price rather than above, which was common in the pandemic boom, right? Like one major drive for this is like return to office. Mandates are shifting demand back towards a location closer to a job centers. That is where I was telling you, San Francisco, South Bay, like making or growing up on the demand, but making a large commute suburbs like a Tri Valley less desirable. Recently, also one of them called me up. They said like they bought a house in Awood. They bought this house for a 1.008 million during a COVID times 2021. Now they put like more than a 140K in the upgrades, 140K in the upgrades. Now they want to sell and come something closer to a South Bay, right? So if they try to sell now, they might not even get a 1.25 because the A-word area is like boom, it happened in, but now it is prices are dropping in. If they want to sell now, it's almost a 150K. But if somebody wants to buy, this is the time for them to buy around the Bay Area, especially in the Tri-Valley area. Even somebody wants to invest in a mountain house, even in the Tracy area, even in the Lathrop area. So prices almost like 10 to 15% have been dropped around. So we can go let's check around how much is actually median list price right now in the Alameda County. Alameda County is like right now is $1 million 68,000. As I was telling you, the price decrease in all Alameda. I'm talking about all Alameda, right? Is almost 28% has been decreased. 28%, and median rent still is around like 3,300. Recently, today I was there in Dublin area where one of my client bought a property. Do you believe this property was listed for 3.25 million and we were able to negotiate it close to a 2.82 million? So almost like 400K lesser, almost 400K lesser, and it's a bigger house. It's a kind of an executive home. That kind of home used to sell for 3.3 million 1 year back. Now we can do it. But good thing is like if you're buying this kind of a executive homes, right? Like how does it help you out? Because from last 3 weeks there were a couple of closings. One in Livermore area, which I closed for a 4 million around, and this is for a 3 point, this is also around 2.8 million. If you are both on NW right now, because of a new change from the Trump administration, you can almost do 100% write-off, right? Like because of the depreciation, you can do almost do 100% write-offs, which is good if you're in high income W2 employees, right? That's why you need to talk to a right CPAs buying the homes. How can it help you out, especially in this area, in this time? Because being next to 2 months, the beauty of it, one is in W2 and other was in a 1099, right? Buying any kind of these homes, you can help to do a complete depreciation. That's why I talk to the right CPA so that they can help you to understand where you can save on your taxes. That is where now in the fourth year, right? We are conducting a real estate event. This is not just another real estate event. Real estate has become, as you said, like as I said, Real Estate Connect has become the most trusted and sold out real estate and wealth building conference in the Bay Area. Every year we bring together a dynamic investors, lenders, builders, and entrepreneurs, all committed to learning, growing, and achieving a financial freedom through a real estate. So we are conducting this event on December 13th on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at ICC Milpitas. If you are not registered, it's up, go to nagarajhomes.com to register about why, if somebody is a first time listening and to understand, they want to understand why Real Estate Connect. Have you ever thought, I wish I had known earlier how to turn a real estate into a generational wealth? Then this is actually what this event is built for. In a market that keeps evolving, like as I said, like markets are shifting so much, Real Estate Connects help you understand not just how to buy a property, but how to build a legacy, create stability, and generate a long term wealth through a smart investing and collaboration. You will learn directly on that day from a top industrial professionals how to find and evaluate high potential investment opportunities and structure a deals and financing intelligently. When you're buying a real estate, you should know tax and legal strategies to protect and grow your assets. Because if without knowing that, right, it doesn't help you. Why are you buying a properties after properties, right? Then you can question me also. Uh, Recently, one of them had called me up. Nagaraj, I bought a property 2 years back. It's not increasing more because you're not using your tax strategies and the legal strategies properly. That is where you learn from this event. Even if you have one property also, right, like how can you use it, what is the right way to do it, you can talk to the industry experts that day itself. That is where this a Real Estate Connect event helps you, where that will help you to build a wealth that last generations, the featured speakers in this event are like myself will be there. Matt Kempfer, like if Matt Kempfer will help you to understand, like if you want to buy any environmental issues properties, how do you take up these environmental properties, where it helps you out to gain more. For example, one of them had bought in Sunnyvale, the property was listed for 1.8. They bought a property for 1.25 and they were able to save 550K because there was some environmental issues, but he made a clear and smart strategy investments. How did he do it? That's where this math camphor will help you out to understand. Tony and Elder, founders of the CPA, will be there. Who will be talking about the advanced tax strategies, entities restructuring, and depreciation methods. As I said, depreciation is very, very important. A lot of people neglect because they don't understand how this depreciation works. So, if you need to understand more on this, attend on that day. And you'll be there. Tony and Elder, both the founders of the CPA, will be there. CPA Jain, he's from a Wells Fargo. If somebody wants to buy a properties, first time home buyer, or like somebody wants to buy second or third houses, how this, especially if you are doing a 3 million purchases, how transferring a 1 million relationship discounts, how does it help you to lower your interest rates? If you're refinancing, how can it helps you? Because if you have a good assets, reach out to the Wells Fargo's, like they can get you a good discounts when you're doing a relationship discounts. So CP Jain will be there. April Held, she's also tax consultant who will basically help you to understand the real markets, like rate markets, and leverage a mortgage options for a maximum return. and very important, right? Like Ashima Dugal will be there, who will be talking about immigration and investment law specialist. She's a basically a lot of issues happening on EB, H1B. What are the alternatives of H1B, EB1A, and how the property ownership pathways for the international investors, right? That will be there. Ashima Dugal will be talking about it. And one more expert is like Gary Chahal, right? Like because what is the alternative for a H1B, or if you're in a L1, what are the other alternatives? EB5. Right now, EB5 has become so much demand topic, or so many people are jumping in because people doesn't want to get into this EAD issues. Recently, there was a one new change, like instead of 540 days, they're not giving any extra. There was used to be up to a 540 days extension by default, but now it's been changed, right? There's so many uncertainties happening on the EAD stuffs or the other stuffs, right? So you don't want to get into one thing. So what are the other alternatives? EB5 was like basically urban and rural. If you're doing in a rural, like you're almost doing in 800K investments, correct? And you'll be eligible to get an immediate EADs on that. So there are a lot of things where Gary Chal brings in his expertise, and he'll be talking about EB5, and he'll be talking about the projects also, kind of projects he'll be there. So if so, you can meet him directly there, talk to him directly. So don't go anywhere. I'll take a quick break, come back, talk about this event more, so that you get to understand why you need to attend a real estate connect.
Finally found our dream home. It has everything.
It is because of Nagaraj Annaiah. His guidance made this possible. Our kids also love the garden and their own space to study.
Yay! Thank Nagaraj Annaiah, the Bay Area's favorite realtor. With his deep understanding of the market and commitment to his clients, he's the best person to go for. Nagaraj Annaiah didn't just find us a house, he found us a home.
And he was so patient.
Contact today. Visit nagrajhomes.com. Call 858-880-4577. Nagaraj Annaiah, making dream home into reality.
Listeners, welcome back to the Real Estate Show. Myself, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah. I was talking about the Real Estate Connect, which is happening on December 13th at ICC Milpitas. December 13th at ICC Milpitas. If you still not registered, then you should really go to nagarajhomes.com and register for this event. It's a free event. Who will give a free in this kind of a world right now, right? This event is for you so that you can build a confidence and start building on your wealth and start thinking on your future. Because there will be a like kind of people attending there who always wants to grow themselves, right? Like, so we'll build a strategies there so that it can help you to. What you will gain from attending this is like proven systems to achieve a financial freedom through a real estate, direct access to a various top lenders, CPAs, contractors, and attorneys, and a clear roadmap to build, protect, and scale your investments. And one more important thing, what you will gain is community of growth minded professionals transforming the Bay Area market. So all these things you will get it on that day. To register for this event, go to nagarajhomes.com and register for this. So don't miss out. It's happening on December 13th on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. The real estate, the Bay Areas long this is not at all just another real estate event. This has become the one of the most trusted and sold out real estate and wealth building conference in the Bay Area. So coming back to the market now, right? Like as I was saying you, especially in a Tri-Valley region, there's almost a 6% drop. And other way around, if you go around in a San Francisco, home sales are surging, like pending contracts are up like almost 17%, thanks for the AI boom and return to office trends. In September 2025 alone, pending home sales in San Francisco jumped about 17% year over year. The median sale price in San Francisco is about 1.4 million, up marginally like from year earlier. Shorter time on a market, homes are selling faster compared to earlier median, like about 21 days. The source of momentum growth in the AI industry, large compensation packages. There are two kinds I can notice large compensation, because this was one based on the article. Some of them are losing, some of them are getting large compensation. It's like both the ways around, like it's going in two directions. But whoever is getting on the large compensation, they need to invest it in, right? One lose out, one gain. So then they automatically see, for example, a lot of people has a dreams to buy around a Palo Alto area. If they want to buy around 3 million, 3.5 million in Palo Alto area, it's impossible to buy around Palo Alto area. You might get it, but it might be too small or like next to a freeway or some of the other issues, right? Like, is the market dropping? Does it mean? No, it's not market, is demands are there because only few homes are coming in around. So especially like as I was talking about for sellers in San Francisco, this is a strong signal like the luxury or trek driven tire on the market is active. You may be in like a favorable environment, but if you're a buyer, if you're targeting a San Francisco or around, competition is rising again. You will need to be prepared. I think last week also I was talking about one of the home in Santa Clara. This house was sitting for almost 1.5 month, not 1.5, close to 4 to 5 months. The sellers stick on to that price like 1.85 million, 1.85 million. He didn't want to reduce it at all. There was a almost 20,000 work on the house, but the seller never reduced the price. Finally, he was able to get a buyer and he sold it for a 1.85 million. Especially some of the areas, if you're sitting, you will surely get it because the area's demand is like that. That's automatically drives around, right? Because Santa Clara County, the median list prices I keep telling you is around 1.948, and median price of new listings coming out also is 1.99, right? And price increase is almost on strong. Look around us, there's still 56 strong sellers market, 56 strong sellers market. And I think I would like to talk about the condo market actually around what's happening. In lot of homeowners or sellers make the same repeated mistakes when they list around in the condos. What's happening is like the condo homeowners, they think like they see the comparables of 2 years back and they think that home needs to sell for this much high, like 1.3. It's impossible to get, especially a condo, because your HOA is 750 and you're expecting to sell for 1.35, 1.4. It's impossible to get it because you need to be realistic. If you're not realistic, don't sell it. Like condos, always like if more you hold it, it's depreciation, the values will not go up because a lot of issues comes in of the maintenance. HOA keeps coming in, fees coming in. That is where the sellers needs to be realistic when they think about selling the condos, right? Like see, right now I have one listing coming up in a Dublin. This seller was realistic. Nagaraj, I bought it for 940. I'm okay to get it for a 1 million. But if you got it for a 940 and you have a comparable for 2 years back, you say 1.2, and some realtor promised you, doesn't mean you will get it. Only for listing purpose they might say it, but at the end of the day, it's tough to sell it out. But because let me talk quickly about the Santa Clara city or like a Palo Alto. How is it going on? So right now in the Palo Alto, as I was telling you, median list price is coming down to 4.789 million, as I told you. And meet like price increase is not 0%, but still any homes they're selling around is a 4.78 million in Palo Alto right now. And look around the rent, okay? Rent, it's $8,000 right now. In a Palo Alto, if somebody wants to rent out, it's $8,000. One of my client called me, Nagaraj, I want to rent it out in Los Altos area, right? Los Gatos areas. There is the rents are coming down to close to $8,000. you know there's a lot to talk about it, listeners, but always as the time runs out, Anjali keeps pinging me like there's not much time on that. But listeners, if you like to talk more about know more about, if you want to list your home and you like to know realistic value, what it is, not the false promises, realistic values, right? Do give me a call. It's easiest to reach out. Go to nagarajhomes.com and you can reach out through your WhatsApp. Or like if you would like to know more about how to invest, grow yourself, grow your generational wealth, then don't miss out. This is the event where you should never miss out. Go to nagarajhomes.com and register for this. It's a free event, but come join, understand. It's 4 hours where you can understand more about things what you can do on this real estate. How can real estate can build your wealth? That is where the event is all about. But if you want to buy, sell anything on the real estate, do always reach out to me. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.
We are with you wherever you go.